the #1 theme team in Madden 21 Ultimate Team right now. Stop wasting your hard-earned money gambling on packs. Check out my sponsor MMOEXP to buy the absolute cheapest, most reliable MUT coins and use my code Kinny for 5% off your order. Friendly daily reminder to run the damn ball, Bears. See, Montgomery goes absolutely off and the Bears win. They beat the Vikings because they ran the damn ball. What's going on, guys? My name is Ken Ross. On YouTube, I go by Kinny Games. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're breaking down the best theme teams in Madden 21. I got a list of 10 here. I'm not going to rank them all in order because, quite frankly, that would be very long and very boring, and I don't want to bore you to death. So we're going to get right into it here with the number 10 team. We have New Orleans. That's right. We have New Orleans. They're not great at receiver. Their offensive line is pretty phenomenal, though, which is kind of rare on theme teams, to be honest, to have it actually like widespread good offensive line. Jimmy Graham is still a decent tight end, even though he's kind of slow, but their defense is really, really good. Besides Marcus Williams lacking in the secondary, they have Malcolm Jenkins, they have Janoris Jenkins, Tracy Porter, Marshawn Lattimore. Their secondary is just phenomenal. Ricky Jackson is still one of the better linebackers in this game, and their defensive line with Cam Jordan and Marcus Davenport are just, it's just unfair. So honestly, a great theme team, not a ton of speed on it. They also have AP, Barry Sanders, and Reggie Bush, which very much helps. So I guess they're lacking kind of in the quarterback department with Drew Brees being slow and the wide receivers, but pretty much everywhere else is pretty solid. So the New Orleans Saints at our number 10. At number 9, I want to vomit while saying this, but honestly, the Packers theme team with the addition of Charles Woodson got a lot better. So they have a decent offensive line that can probably hold up. Obviously, they're lacking at left guard, but Jimmy Graham and Jermichael Finley, two very good tight ends. Aaron Rodgers, I want to throw up. Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre are just two really solid quarterbacks in this game, especially with their releases being so fast. Greg Jennings is a decent receiver.
Put a team on my fucking back, though. My leg broke. I don't know how the I'm running right now, though.
They're kind of still struggling at receiver, I would say. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Greg Jennings, not too bad, but not great by any means. Devontae Adams is probably going to get a Team of the Year card, would be my guess. But their secondary, again, is phenomenal, which we know how powerful secondaries can be in this game. Adrian Amos is a beast. Leroy Butler is a beast. Micah Hyde's a beast. Charles Woodson, probably the best cornerback in the game right now. Jair Alexander, still a phenomenal card, even for most feared. And Ted Hendricks is a great linebacker. So not many people have more than one linebacker, maybe two, seeing the field. Honestly, with a great secondary, a little bit of speed, but a lot of height, that Charles Woodson kind of carries the defense. But Micah Hyde, Adrian Amos, Leroy Butler, don't sleep on those cards. They're absolutely phenomenal cards. And at number 8, we have the LA Chargers. The Chargers theme team had like a really good burst earlier in this year, and then they haven't gotten too much since. With Melvin Gordon, LaDainian Tomlinson's really the focus here at running back. I think he's probably one of the better cards, but the reason I'm including this is because we know Justin Herbert's getting an update, and he has the strong arm archetype. So especially after he wins the competition, by the way, we're all Team Justin on this channel, he's going to get a better card. They're going to have one of the better quarterbacks in the game, and so it's just hard not to put them on this list. They are lacking at receiver a little bit, but the offensive line can kind of hold its own. Honestly, another weak point there. Antonio Gates and Hunter Henry are decent tight ends, and yet again, man, just a pretty powerful defense. Pat Watkins, one of the better users in the game. He's like 6'4" or 6'5" or something like that. Rodney Harrison at strong safety. You got Chris Harris and Antonio Cromartie at cornerbacks. Dwight Freeney is a beastly right end in this game. And then Joey Bosa, he's going to continue to get updates as the year goes on. So a pretty beastly team. They are in the number 8 spot. And the number 7 spot, this is a shout out to Shadow because he's going to like this. We got the San Francisco 49ers. Now, the 49ers are pretty good, but they're pretty good in some specific areas. So receivers, yet again, kind of lacking here. They do get Reggie Bush, which is huge, as the best receiving back in the game still to this point, in my opinion. Joe Montana can carry his own weight. Vernon Davis is a fantastic tight end. We know George Kittle is going to get an update at some point. Obviously not like a Team of the Year or Team of the Week or anything like that. Come on. I mean, he's like the second best tight end in the league behind Travis Kelce, maybe in competition for the first. Where they really shine is their secondary. Nnamdi's still a beast. Dion is still probably one of the better cornerbacks, in this game. Bosa is a beast off the edge. DeForest Buckner is a problem in the middle. And you get Taylor Mays and Ronnie Lott, who are both just phenomenal in this game. Taylor Mays is still probably one of the best users, probably the second best user if I had to choose. but at this point in time, you got to give it to Isaiah Simmons, of course. Phenomenal defense, phenomenal secondary, which really carries a lot of weight in this game, and they have a great defensive line. I mean, look at this. Their fourth cornerback is this Richard Sherman card, which is still a good card. So just knowing that's their fourth cornerback really says, I think, a lot. And this is a pretty fantastic theme team. And at number 6, we have my boy CC's, the Atlanta Falcons. Now, they've gotten some pretty good updates as of late. They're kind of in their like Chargers phase that we had earlier in the year, or Bears phase that we had a couple weeks ago. Offensive line, not great, especially on the edges, which will be a struggle because that's where most of the pass rush gets in. But Austin Hooper, pretty good tight end, not gonna lie. And then you got Devin Hester, Brian Finneran, the new Calvin Ridley. You got Brett Favre and Michael Vick, which are just disgusting. Todd Gurley's still one of the best running backs in this game. Julio Jones is their 5th receiver. I'd put him probably 4th, but he's a phenomenal card. And then on the defensive side of the ball, you are certainly struggling in the secondary. Safeties are not elite by any means, so you need some help there. But the cornerbacks are pretty good, man. You got Brian Poole, Deion Sanders, and Desmond Trufant, who's just a beast. He's really tall, which helps. Then, of course, Dwight Freeney coming off the outside, Grady Jarrett. It's a problem. So defensively, definitely lacking in this game, but their offense is probably one of the better offensive theme teams that we've seen so far. So if you're interested in what this looks like as far as like chemmed up, I'd recommend you go check out CC's channel. He does some stuff. He has like a half Falcons team or a full Falcons team. I'm not sure completely, but I know he does kind of specialize in a Falcons team. So if you're curious, I'd recommend you go check him out. Okay, guys, I actually have 11 on this list. I just did a quick little recount. So coming in at number 6, part 2, we have the Chicago Bears. And I say the Chicago Bears only with a lot of bias here, of course, but let's be honest, they are one of the better theme teams in this game right now because they've gotten so many upgrades. Of course, they're lacking a quarterback. We know a team of the week Mitch is on the way, but that's going to take a little bit until EA comes back from their holiday break. Their line has gotten some good upgrades. The right side is really still a struggle. Trust me, it's really still a struggle. But Jimbo Covert's probably the best left tackle in the game. James Daniels and Cody Whitehair can hold their own. Jimmy Graham, he gets the job done. We'll say he gets the job done. He can get tight end apprentice, which is big. But you have so many great wide receivers. You got Devin Hester with so much speed, 99 speed on a Bears team. Cordero Patterson, Andre Johnson, Allen Robinson is kind of an card, but he's a good route runner. You can throw route tech on him. Of course, we're lacking at quarterback. Like I said, we'll get an upgrade soon. David Montgomery is not too bad. Raheem Mostert was on the practice squad for like 2 days, I think. And so that's why he gets Bears chem, which is honestly huge. So if you can get Raheem Mostert on your team, then yeah, that's just massive because he gets pretty much like 97 speed on a theme team, 96. It's pretty crazy. On the defensive side, though, that's where they really shine. Of course, it's a Bears team. Eddie Jackson, probably one of the better free safeties in this game. I'm not going to lie. He's an absolute beast. Adrian Amos, an absolute beast with Bears chem. Nick Kwiatkowski, we miss you, man. You were a great linebacker last year, filling for Trevathan. Khalil Mack is just a problem. This Roquan card is good. I just wish linebackers were obviously a little bit better. Lance Briggs never sees the field for me, but he is a decent card. And then their cornerbacks are just phenomenal. So they have Antrell Roll, Kyle Fuller, Tracy Porter, which all these guys chemmed up are just incredible. And then Jalen Johnson, who I hope gets another upgrade soon. He's had a phenomenal rookie year. So, of course, we have Akeem Hicks, which isn't even featured here, but Julius Peppers, Amobi Okoye, Mario Addison. I mean, all these guys are just incredible. So their defense is really phenomenal in this game. They got a lot of hit power. They got a lot of speed. And especially their receivers are phenomenal too. So coming in at number 6, part 2, is the Chicago Bears. And at number 5, we have the Baltimore Ravens. And they've gotten some pretty good upgrades lately too. Obviously, Lamar Jackson is the best, speedy QB in the game. Offensive line, again, can hold their own with Jonathan Ogden. He's kind of a beast. Darren Waller is a problem still at tight end. He's a phenomenal card. And then they got a lot of speed at receivers with Devin Hester, Hollywood Brown, Steve Smith. They're pretty good. They're pretty good at receivers. So their defense, Eric Weddle, I've heard nothing but complaints about him, so I don't want to say he's a good card, but Ed Reed is a phenomenal card. Adelius Thomas, still decent. Elvis Dumerville, still decent. Not great, but still decent. And then Marlon Humphrey is a fantastic quarterback. Deion Sanders, fantastic cornerback. And then Marcus Peters, obviously a fantastic cornerback. Calais Campbell on the edge, and then Brandon Williams in the middle. I mean, this is just a pretty good all-around team. Just overall, I think they're pretty good. They're probably pretty tied with the Bears, if I had to guess. I think they have their strengths, especially with Willis McGahee, who got a pretty good card, and Raheem Mostert they also get. So pretty good overall team. Good on the offensive line, a lot of speed, and a pretty decent secondary. And at number 4, we have the Washington offensive line is fairly good for theme team status. Chris Cooley, one of the better tight ends in the game, but they also get Vernon Davis, which is really cool. So you can kind of mix in some 2 tight end sets. Terry McLaurin meets all the route running thresholds and has great speed. So can't complain there. He's still one of the better receivers in the game. They are lacking besides him, though. I didn't even know Adrian Peterson gets this chem. I totally forgot. So that's a phenomenal running back. Rich Gannon, probably the best quarterback in this game. His release is a little tough, but hey, if you don't like him, you still got Donovan McNabb, which is crazy. Then Sean Alexander, if you need a strong back. In the defensive side, they got Sean Taylor, Landon Collins. It's a little rough there, but Troy Vincent, probably one of the better cornerbacks in the game. Champ Bailey's a beast. DRC, six foot something. He's still a beast too, really fast. Albert Hainsworth is a problem in the middle. We all know that. Deacon Jones, phenomenal. And Ryan Kerrigan is, well, he's Ryan Kerrigan. We're not going to say, I mean, he's not that great. But then they also get, I mean, Dion. Their cornerbacks are so good. Sean Taylor is so good. Kendall Fuller is an amazing card, and he is their backup free safety. So this team is really incredible. I'm surprised they didn't make it into the top 3, but just going through, I bet you guys can almost guess what's coming. We have Seattle Seahawks at our number 3 spot. Besides their right guard, I think they have probably the best offensive line in theme team history. Not in history, but at least in this video. Jimmy Graham is he can hold his own. He can hold his own. Devin Hester, Tyler Lockett, Peter Warwick. I mean, DK Metcalf on a Seattle theme team, like 98 speed. He's freaking crazy. Edgerrin James is a great running back. Sean Alexander, if you need some strength. Also, Wilson is still a great QB, especially on this theme team when he's chemmed up. Max Strong at fullback, one of the first of these theme team lists that actually has a decent fullback. So if you're on the goal line, you need some help there. And then obviously defensively, Cam Chancellor, one of the better strong safeties in this game. He's like super tall. He's a freak tall, freak athlete. He's got good hit power, so next gen, that really helps. Jamal Adams, still a beastly card. It still plays really well. Clowney off the edge. KJ Wright is kind of meh, but you got Shaq Griffin, Richard Sherman, Carlos Dunlap coming off the outside, and Dwight Freeney, and then John Randall in the middle. This team's a problem, bro. It really is, especially with DK Metcalf, Devin Hester, and Tyler Lockett. Just such good receivers. It's hard to compete. It's hard to keep up with them, to be honest. And they really, I mean, they're just phenomenal, man. Quandre Diggs, also a beast. Don't know if I gave him a shout out, but he's a beastly card as well. So that's our number 3 spot. And the number 2 spot, we have the Arizona Cardinals. I'm actually become a big fan of this team. I think they're fun to watch, fun as hell to watch. I mean, Kyler Murray is just fantastic. Todd Heap is a great tight end. D-Hop at their wide receiver. They are lacking a little bit in the wide receiver category. I get it, but they also get Adrian Peterson. They get Edgerrin James. Kyler Murray is a fantastic quarterback in this game. Buda Baker is one of the better free safeties in this game. And then we have Night Train Lane, Pat Pete, Antonio Cromartie, Antrell Roll, DRC, literally the best cornerbacks in this game on a theme team, hands down, bar none. They get 5 incredible cornerbacks. And then, of course, you guys know why this is the second best team, and that is because Isaiah Simmons. The best card in this game, probably one of the better cards at this point in the year in Madden Ultimate Team history. He is just a phenomenal card. It's so good. He's so good. He's so good. He's so good. There's a reason why he's priced so high, even though I think it'll come down a little bit. He's just phenomenal card, guys, and he himself seriously carries this defense to be the best defense. I think him, Buda Baker, it's so good, man. It's hard not to put them at number 1, but there is just one team that I think is just a little bit better. The number 1 theme team in Madden 21 Ultimate Team right now, the Las Vegas Raiders. It's just hard to top this team. I know they don't have Isaiah Simmons, but this team is so good. Darren Waller at tight end, Cordero Patterson, Amari Cooper, Rich Gannon, and Dante Culpepper at quarterback. The new Josh Jacobs card, Maurice Jones-Drew, if you need that. Their safeties are crazy. They got Taylor Mays and Ronnie Lott, also Reggie Nelson and Jonathan Abram, who's still a really usable card. Nick Kwiatkowski and Ted Hendricks at the linebacker positions. Charles Woodson, probably the best cornerback in the game. Namdi, DRC, Tracy Porter, Carlos Rogers. I mean, the list seriously just goes on. Warren Sapp, a massive problem in the middle. If you try to run up the middle, seriously, it's just, he's like the only defensive tackle in this game that actually plays the run. It's seriously, this team is just so good, and you can't forget about Khalil Mack, of course, as a pass rusher. Henry Ruggs, if you need some more speed, because why not? This team is so good. It was really hard to choose between Arizona and Las Vegas, but this is what I ended up going with. That's my list, guys. That wraps it up. Let me know if I missed anyone or if you would make this list differently. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you find it helpful. I'm going to link the source that I use for all these theme teams down below. Shout out to this guy for making this list. It was super helpful. But if you did enjoy the video, consider leaving it a like rating, subscribe to the channel for more Madden 21 content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, thanks for stopping by.